What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Black Freight White. You know my slogan. I'm doing it like I'm doing it when I'm doing it for TV. Salute the TV. Let's get it, man. All right, here we go. We are here, man. It's literally 2 weeks away from Season 2 of the NBA 2K League draft. And I wanted to get I wanted to wait to see how some things played out, some interviews played out, see where people fell high, low, middle, top, bottom, left, right, A, B, select, start. You know how that go. So, with that being said, this is the my first one, Mock Draft 1.0, or Mock Draft 1. I'll be dropping another one this week. Oh, no, next week I'll be dropping part 2. And this week, you can get my top 5 prospects. I'll be dropping that probably Friday for Season 3. So, let's get right to it, man. First, let me go over who got the top 10 picks. First pick is my boy Compinum, Utah Jazz Gaming. Second pick is Warriors Gaming Squad. Third pick is Kings Guards Gaming. Shout out to Worthington Coat and them boys. Fourth pick is Pistons GT. That's the rainbow for beans and the avocado slice trade. Mavs Gaming got the 5th pick. Then you got Bucks Gaming with the 6th pick. And you got Grizz Gaming with the 7th pick. Shout out to Authentic African and Lane Winneker. You got Celtics Gaming with the 8th pick. 9th pick goes to Jonah and Magic Gaming. And the 10th pick, which is the Vert deal, goes to Warriors Gaming. Squiddy-da. Alright, so it's not a draft unless we go directly to the man himself. The reason why we are all here. The man who had the vision. Adam Silver. Adam Silver, please bring us in to the 2019 Season 2 mock draft.
On behalf of the National Basketball Association, we welcome this next generation of players to the NBA family and wish them the best of luck. Let me also thank our partners at Take-Two Interactive, the NBA Board of Governors, and the 17 pioneering NBA teams which have embraced this opportunity with their usual passion and ingenuity.
All right, Adam, thank you for giving us your blessing to start the draft. Wouldn't be a draft without you, sir. So first up, we have Utah Jazz Gaming. They went 5-9 last season. Started out the season 5-2, great start, but the patch came in and kind of did them dirty. But they bounced back. They was able to retain Deeds and compete. And with the addition of Comp being their coach, they're set for a prime season. Great season. I'm expecting amazing things from Utah Jazz Gaming. Let's see if the pick is in. Dirk, where the pick at, Dirk? Dirk, where's my pick? And the Jazz pick is Dirk.
See them going too early, but the pick is now going to be in for Jazz Game. Let's go ahead and throw it down to Brendan Donahue to announce the pick for the Jazz.
Let us know that the pick is in. And the pick is in. Now, before we get into it, consensus community selection is Rhea. Everybody has Rhea going to the Jazz. My pick is a little bit different. I'm going with Pete B. Ballin. Center from Self-Taught Esports. Reason why I'm going with Pete B. Ballin, 1, he's marketable. 2, he's coachable. The thing we know about Pete is that he watches film. One of the few players in the pro community that watches film of himself. Him and his self-taught brethren have bred themselves to be students of the game, which means they're very coachable. They can take correction, and that's very big for a team when a lot of adjustments have to be made. We don't know how many patches are going to come this year. We don't know what the gameplay style might be this year going into the season. You have to have people that can be coachable. 3 is the most ready prospect. By most ready, I mean not so much talent-wise or skill-wise, because that would fall onto Rhea, but in terms of the intangibles. He brings different aspects, personality, charisma, marketability. That's what I mean by he's the most ready prospect in the whole draft. Now, the problem is with picking him number 1 if you're the Jazz and you're not me, someone who's a trendsetter, a blazer. Holla at your boy. He does lack versatility, as Rhea can play 3 to 5 and be the top prospect in all those positions. Pete is not even the top in his position. So Rhea would be number 1 center. Pete can fall between 2 or 3 depending on where you place May at. So with that being said, that's the 2 knocks on Pete, but his intangibles outweigh Rhea's intangibles, in my opinion. That's why I go with him at number 1. Let's see who we got next, man. Who's next up? Warriors Gaming Squad. Warriors, come out and play. Dirk, do we have the Warriors pick? Is the Warriors pick ready, Dirk? Let me know. Dirk! I guess Dirk lost his pen or his pad. We can't get him for this pick. But let's go over the statistics. Warriors Gaming, let me give you some background on them. They went 4-10 last season. A lot of their games were close, so a lot of people feel like their record doesn't show how good of a team they were. But they still decided to blow the whole team up, which at least 90% of the community felt was the right thing to do. Trading away Vert. They retained B Smooth and Type. What else they have here? Oh, so the consensus pick would be Gradient. Community feels Gradient would be the best player for them right here at this position. I can't disagree or agree, so I'm going with Gradient. I personally feel like if you know anything about the league and about the Warriors, Type was considered one of the best defenders in the league. So I don't personally see them going with a lock right here. But if they want to get Type more offensively minded, which sounds like what they're trying to do, and free up B Smooth a little bit more, then Gradient's a good fit for you. So Gradient, welcome to Warriors Gaming. So with the third pick in the draft, we have Kingsguard Gaming. They went 4-10 also last season, but their season pretty much from start to finish was a bust. The only real highlight of their season when they beat when they beat Blazers 5 Gaming, and that was a big game. I think that was in the first round of a tournament. I don't know which one. I want to say it was the ticket or the turn. But they beat Blazers 5 Gaming, and that was like their biggest moral victory of the season. They need a lot of things. They retained Worthington Colt. He'll probably play center. And they retained Timely Cook, who will probably move to the small forward to play sharp defender or just straight lockdown defender. It helps them out a lot. They have to kind of know what they need is a beautiful thing. They know they just need offense. You have two great defensive anchors in Colt and Cook. So you kind of go into this draft year, the Kings, pretty easy. I need the best offensively minded players available on the board. I think the pick is in. Dirk, is the pick in? Let me know, Dirk.
No, a lot of these guys need to step out of the show a little bit. They're not fooling me. I know all of them. So anyway, we do have the pick locked in for Kingsguard Game. Let's go ahead and toss it down to Brendan to announce.
All right, thank you, Dirk, for that. So yes, consensus community selection was BP to God. I don't think they go with BP. I think the person that you go with here that fits their culture and fits their team is Bear the Beast. Now, you're probably wondering why Bear the Beast. I think he's the best overall PG talent in the draft. He has an alpha personality to match your other alpha personalities. And he has high IQ, and I think he'll be a great chemistry fit. He'll get the most out of Timely Cook and Worthington Colt offensively, which is what you want from your point guard. And he can score. So you need someone who can score the ball at a high rate and also get the most out of your players on both ends of the court. As opposed to BP, he's a great player, and we'll get into BP's fault when we get down to BP. But, Bear the Beast, welcome to Kingsguard Gaming. Next up is Adam Rubin and the boys, Pistons GT. They went 9-6. I believe they made the playoffs. They traded Ramo for beans and a Mexican hat, which is fine. I mean, you know, Arriba la Raza. The community selection, consensus community selection on this is Dev Goss to go with their retained player of Insanity to get that TD, that whole TD vibe. But let's see if the pick is in. Dirk!
Yeah, that's going to be one of the things. So, Pistons GT, the time is up. They're ready to go. Let's toss it down to the floor for the announcement of Pistons GT's pick.
All right, thank you, Dirk. And Swing Cash, the big homie. So the pick is in, and I have Keena from Kiss My Tims Esports Incorporated. I'm just playing with y'all. Going to Pistons GT. Reason why I'm have Keena over Dev simply comes down to you need someone who can score and who also can be a great facilitator. Keena gives you both those things. He has high IQ, chemistry guy. He's coachable. He watches film. He's another person who watches film, who tries to get better with every game. And he gets along with everybody. And I believe he can handle the stage, and he brings the 2K lifestyle that you need. Now, what I mean by lifestyle is wanting to play 2K all day, coachable, trainable, willing to watch film, willing to get better. That's what the 2K League lifestyle is. Keena embraces and gives you all of that. Next up, we got the big homie Dimes and new coach LT and Mavs Gaming. I love how Mavs Gaming are being innovative. Let me say that first. They're the first team that actually come out with an assistant coach, and they're giving out positions for everything esports right now. I just seen something up there for they want a guy to help with their marketing and event planning. So salute to Mavs Gaming for being trailblazers in the 2K League community. But let's go to the statistics. They went 6-8 last year, did not make the playoffs. It was pretty much Dimes and a bunch of international players outside of ball-like Seam. Seam has done very well improving his draft stock, and he probably won't. He will be here. He'll be available at this pick, but they won't take him because it'd be kind of foolish to take a player that was unretained, that you unretained as an organization, and pick him back up with the 5th pick. It just wouldn't make sense. But consensus community selection is Pete B. Ballin. Dirk is the pick in? Let's find out. So it looks like Dirk has lost his way. Can't find Dirk for these picks, but that's all right. He went to go take a little soda break, go get his passport, whatever he does when they have a little time out. But community selection, like I said, was Pete B. Paulin. But this is where you go with the GOAT, Rhea, the best overall talent in the NBA 2K League draft. The reason why I want him to fall in this position to Dimes and LT, you're putting the best player from last year's draft with the best player of this year's draft. You can't lose. He could play the position 3 to 5 at the top level. The two things that I feel like Rhea has to work on is chemistry, being able to work well with others. Is he coachable? Will he sit down and make the best of this situation? I believe he will. But you got to stay humble and stay focused. And I believe he can do that. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just, the consensus is that he's hard to get along with sometimes. And the other thing I'll say about Rhea in terms of a negative and why I dropped him down to 5 is lifestyle. Is he ready for film, practice, gaming all day? Now, I'm not saying he doesn't do that now, but it's different when you have to live and breathe 2K, when sometimes you might not be getting along with your teammates. You might not be having a great day. You can't just put the game down. So hopefully Rhea falls to Mavs Gaming. They get to build their super team, and Rhea does everything he can be to be the best teammate humanly possible. And Mavs GG. Good things are coming. Next up, we got Bucks Gaming. Bucks Gaming. So they went 6-8 last year. Didn't make the playoffs. They retained Game 6 Drake and Big Meek, Larry Hoover. Oh, I gotta hear that again all season, but it's all good. Shout out to Larry Ridley. They're in an awkward position because they retain pretty much a shooting guard and a slash small forward, power forward, and Big Meek. So they have to go. They can go point guard, power forward, or center with this pick. But you really want to kind of give Drake a second ball handler just so he can lock in and focus on being the best pure shot in 2K. So with that being said, the consensus community selection is Bear the Beast on this pick. But let's see what Dirk has to say. Is the pick in, Dirk? Is it in, Dirk?
As well. Bucks Gaming, the pick is in for them. We'll toss it back down to the floor to find out who they select.
All right, Bucks Gaming. We said the community census pick was Bear the Beast. I believe you want to go with the second best lock in the game at this point in terms of the draft picks, because Grady would be off the board. You go with Breadwinner LA. He's a great team fit. He adds boosts to Meek and Drake. I feel like later you can get a point guard. There's a lot of serviceable point guards that can help Drake be the best he can be. But to get a lockdown defender that can shut down the other team's best offensive weapon is probably the best thing you need to do if you're the Bucks. Just because I feel like the Bucks season scoring might be a premium for them. It might be very hard to score with if they don't get the right pieces early, which I don't think they will. So I think the best thing for them to do is make sure they have lockdown defenders and play people that can play off each other. And I think you have to go with a lock here. Breadwinner LA is the best lock on the board. So salute to him. Welcome to Bucks GG. It's literally a GG. Next up, we got Grizz Gaming. Lane Whitaker and them boys. Authentic African. And I think they saved, was it Double D? Double D got retained also. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that. But I know Authentic got saved. And I think Double D got saved. Salute to them too. Maybe even more than that. I don't remember. Because their season was really bad. They went 6-8. No, they almost made the playoffs, though. They almost made the playoffs. I think the African had the 84-point game. But the rumor is he wants to go back to center, which is fine. I think that he can play any position and it'll work. Let's see if the pick is in. Dirk, how we looking out there, big homie?
Pick they want to make for their team.
Yeah, most definitely. Those interview process are a pretty big deal when it comes down to it, but the Grizz Gaming pick is locked in and ready to go. We'll toss it down to Brendan.
All right, Grizz Gaming pick is in. Consensus community selection at the time when I originally wrote this up was Breadwinner LA. I have BP the God going to Grizz Gaming. Wow, this is the perfect marriage of a great scoring big man with a great scoring point guard. This is the first step in the right direction for a big three for Memphis, and I think this is the route you go. BP will slip from 3rd to this pick right here, which is 7, and it's a perfect selection for him. Now, what happens is the chemistry on BP is the only thing I worry about. Can he get along if you're not winning, if you're not playing to the highest level in the 2K league? So that's why I put him with Authentic African, someone that can show him like, look, man, I've been here before. I've done this before. Don't worry. What we have here is something great. Let's all stay the course, and it will turn around. We'll start winning games. So Lane Whitaker, you got the best scoring point guard in the league. Salute. Next up, Rico Finesse and them boys. And Fab, old Fab looking like a whole schnock. Shout out to old Fab with losing that weight. I'm on my grind now officially starting tomorrow. The diet starts tomorrow. But hey, we gonna get it cracking, baby. We're gonna be looking like a young 50 Cent in the studio. You heard me? Anyway, enough of that. Next up, Celtics gave it, like I said, they were 8-6 last year. They did not make the playoffs, but they did go to the finals in 2 tournaments. I believe it was the Turn and the Ticket. The consensus community selection on this was May. I don't know who I went with. I'll let you know in a second. They retained Fab, Mel East, and Profusion, which is a good cast. All they really need to go with this cast is a center and like the most deadliest sharp that they can find. They get those 2 things, they're pretty much solidified as winning every game with the coaching of Rico Finesse. So let's see, Dirk, is the pick in, Dirk? Let me know, Dirk!
Pick is already going to be in already for Celtics crossover game. Let's go ahead and toss it down to the marketing director of the NBA 2K League, Brendan Donahue, to announce the pick.
Pick is in, and I'm going with May. I think right here you got to take the 2nd to 3rd best center available. Pete is gone at this point. Rhea is gone at this point. You got to go with the next available big man that'll fit perfectly, and I believe May was on their practice squad last year, so he knows what they want to do already. And what can I say? He's the perfect fit. I don't even want to like expand on it, go too crazy with it, but May. Simple. Alright, next up, we got Magic Gaming. I hate saying Daddy Jonah, but that's his, that's his username. Daddy Jonah, Magic Gaming. I know they retained King Cam Royalty, and I want to say Supreme Puller. They went 8-6 last season. It's going to be interesting. They need a lot of things. You don't really know what Jonah has in store. I'm assuming we're going to see that TD press like he did with Mavs, because that did work. I don't know why he went away from that. It did work, but he just went away from it, and it was working in the beginning of the season. I think if you run that press again, you can definitely upset some teams early in the season. Consensus community selection is real easy. Let's see who I go with here. Dirk, is my pick in, Dirk? Somebody let me know.
Now going to be in for Magic Gaming. We'll throw it down to the podium for Brendan to announce the pick.
Pick is in. Thank you, Dirk. And we're going with Dev Goss for Magic Gaming. He was their coach last year, which means, one, he knows the culture. He knows what the general manager wants from Magic Gaming. Also, he has the personality. Big star. I think Florida already has 1 star in Hot Shot, but the more stars we can get from Florida, the better we are as a league. So I think that works perfectly for them. He has the heart of a winner. Dev does not like to lose. He will do anything in his power, but make the right coaching decision at the end of the year, which he should have kept in control. But we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. And he feels the team need. You need a scoring PG to go with King Cam Royalty and Supreme Puller. And you need someone that's going to say, look, hey, I'm the guy. Give me the ball for the last shot. I believe he handles that. I think he fills that need. So, Dev Goss, welcome back home to your state. Magic Gaming. So we're down to the 10th pick. Warriors Gaming. This is the Vert trade. I'm not going to give you all the backdrop because you already know everything from the first time we spoke on them. All you need to know is that consensus community selection at the time when I made this mock was Keena. I believe Warriors Gaming will go with a center or a lock at this pick. But since you already pulled the lock and gradient, you're going to go with DT Lace, who's been playing with lately? I forget who's the esports organization that he's been playing with. Oh, he's been playing with Make It Happen with the Wizards players, Dave Fry and JT, which is kind of up to his stock in the sense of people knowing who he is a little bit more. People already knew, but now he's playing with on the top level with the top players from the league. He's getting noticed more. DT Lace, I just think he fills the need. You already have a lot. You have On Type. You have Be Smooth. You know, I think for Warriors Gaming, you go for the PG last because there's a lot of PGs in this draft and a lot of sharps that made it as sharps but are really PGs. So PG is a very flooded position as opposed to center is not. So I think you go ahead, get your DT Lace, set your franchise off. Boom, 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 boom. With that being said, that is the Mock Draft 1.0 or Mock Draft 1. Be on the lookout for Mock Draft 2.0 or Mock Draft 2 next week. Also be on the lookout for the end of this week, my top 5 prospects going into Season 3. We on fire tonight, and I'm out of here. Salute. Deuces.
Baller, shot caller, 20